Hello, welcome back to the backroom, reading the backrooms wiki. So, this next one is level 1, habitable zone. As I said, we are going to be doing the sub-levels in this video as well. So let's get started. Trial difficulty, class 1. Class 1, safe, secure, minimal entity count. Level 1 is the second level of the backrooms, just like this part 2. Level 1, as originally discovered. Description. Level 1 is a large, sprawling warehouse that features concrete floors and walls, exposed rebar, and a low-hanging fog with no discernible source. The fog often coalesces into condensation, forming puddles on the floor in inconsistent areas. Unlike level 0, this level possesses a consistent supply of water and electricity, which allows indefinite habitation by wanderers, providing that appropriate precautions are taken. It is also far more expansive, possessing staircases, elevators, isolated rooms, and hallways. A hallway of level 1. Crates of supplies appear and disappear randomly within the level, often containing a mixture of vital items: food, almond water, batteries, traps, weaponry, clothing, medical supplies, and nonsensical objects. Assorted car parts, boxes of crayons, used syringes, partially burned paper, live mice in a catatonic state that have been injected with unknown substances, shoelaces, loose change, bundles of human hair. The crates should be approached with caution due to their contents, but are a valuable resource. In addition, crude paintings and drawings with no apparent origin or meaning appear on the walls and floors. They are known to change in appearance and disappear when not in a direct line of sight or when unlit. The light fixtures within level 1 are prone to flicker and fail at inconsistent intervals. When this occurs, supplies are liable to vanish inexplicably, and hostile entities may appear unexpectedly. These entities rarely attack in groups and tend to avoid light and large gatherings of people. It is advised to carry a reliable light source and sleep holding whatever items you do not wish to lose. Level 1 is home to the hub. Bases, Outposts, and Communities, MEG. Major Explorer Group, Base Alpha. This is the first main base of the MEG. About half of the group's teams live here, mainly housing explorers and supply outposts shared with the BNTG. The base is close to one of the entrances of level 1, heavily guarded against threats such as entity attacks. BNTG Traders Keep. Traders Keep is a large city-like complex. Around 412 inhabitants, non-hostile, possesses rudimentary societal infrastructure. The main supply hub for wanderers, Trader's Vault, is set up in the storage hall in level 1. Keeps communications and friendly relations with the MEG. Tom's Diner. Run by Tom, a former chef before no clipping into the backrooms. Has plenty of food in storage, resupplied by the BNTG every few months. Tom is an amiable and optimistic person, and his diner serves as a small social hub. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Get here from level 0 by no clipping. This level has many entrances. Opening ordinary doors in many levels has a good chance of leading to level 1. Additionally, climbing one of the trees in level 11.1, the end of the 5th event in level 92, and completing the King's Trial in level 94 are all reliable ways of returning to level 1. Exits. You can leave level 1 by simply continuing to explore the backrooms. Wandering down any extended hallway often leads to level 2. Pipe dreams. Finding holes in the wall will lead you to level 19. Where the ceiling has paintings on it, they'll clip through and you will be at a party. Level FUD, right? Yeah. Additional material. Recovered documents. The following notes have been recovered from various locations in level 1. No apparent source has been found. The artist lives in me. The artist dies in me. Won't you stay for the after party? Burn my freaking body. The bluebird beckons you, soothes you. You'll feel safe here. Black Queen to H5. And that's checkmate. Watch the clock. The final prophecy draws near. I'm also doing sub-levels, so I'm going to go to the sub-layers. Yep, here we go. Corrupted Corridor. Survival difficulty. Class variable. Varied safety. Unsecured. Varied entity count. Level 1.1 is a sub-level of level 1. It resembles a long, straight corridor continuing for an unknown distance. A picture of level 1.1. A short distance down the hallway in Sector 1, with the camera pointing back towards the entrance. Level 1.1 is a straight, narrow corridor of level 1 that stretches on for an undetermined distance. The walls are made of cinder blocks painted white, and the floor is blue tile. Okay. Much of the level follows this blue and white color scheme. Occasionally, exposed piping and ventilation ducts appear through cracks and holes in the walls and ceiling. Much like level 1, level 1.1 is abundant in resources because of the many crates filled with supplies scattered throughout the level. However, these crates become less frequent the further one ventures into the level, making it difficult for explorers to travel long distances. Explorers are not separated upon entry in level 1.1, making it possible to travel in groups. This has led many explorers to embark on expeditions through the level. Many attempts to reach the end of level 1.1 have been made, but none has succeeded. This is not due to inaccessibility or the distance to travel, but the dangers of variance in overall safety and entity count. The further one continues down the corridor, the more unstable the level becomes. There are 4 distinct sectors of the tunnel, as well as one unconfirmed sector, ranging from completely stable to very unstable. The later sectors are extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Sector 1 plus show survival class info. I'm not going to click that. Probably difficulty. Class 0. Safe, secure. Devoid of entities. Okay, that's what it does. Sector 1 is the first sector of level 1.1 and the most explored. It is easy to access and has a large number of resources located in crates. The height of the ceiling varies, being anywhere from 7 to 12 feet high. However, the width of the hall stays consistent and is about 12 feet wide. The humming of fluorescent lighting is present in this sector, much like level 0. It is common for Sector 1 to have many explorers at once. However, the amount of explorers in the sector at once dropped significantly after Outpost 2. There have been no documented dangerous entities in this sector. Sector 1 continues for an estimated 10 to 15 miles. Sector 2. Trial difficulty. Class 2. Unsafe. Secure. Low entity count. Here it is. A flat area of Sector 2. This picture was taken during a MEG operation to explore the level. Looks glitchy. I guess that's what they were talking about, unstable. Sector 2 is the second sector of level 1.1. While considerably more dangerous and unstable than Sector 1, experienced explorers should have no trouble navigating it. Many of the sector's features are glitched. In parts of this sector, it is possible to no-clip through a wall into other areas of level 1. The floor in Sector 2 is often slanted at odd angles, creating steep hills and drops. The sector becomes increasingly more difficult to navigate as the angle of the floor changes drastically the further one ventures into it. The colors of the corridor may change to abnormal hues. Identical sections of hallway may repeat over and over, and pipes and ducts may block parts of the hall. It is estimated to be between 5 and 50 miles long, but it's difficult to measure because of the confusing nature of this sector. If this sector is as long as the most reliable estimates believe, it is the longest sector in level 1.1. Hostile entities are scarce, but smilers, hounds, and skin stealers occasionally appear in this sector. Explorers can easily seek shelter in some of the outposts located along the length of this sector. It is recommended that explorers travel in groups from this point onward. Staying alone in later sectors leaves one susceptible to attacks from dangerous entities. At various locations in Sector 2, markings can be found on the walls, floor, and ceiling. They appear to be written in an unknown language and have not been able to be translated. Sector 3. Difficulty. Class 4. Unsafe, unsecure. Medium entity count. Sector 3 is the first sector of level 1.1. It's very unstable and difficult to navigate. A picture of Sector 3 taken from the end of Sector 2. It looked very dark. You see this part? It looks a little glitchy. Even seasoned explorers would have a hard time traversing in this level. But one outpost has been established midway through this relatively safe sector. Because of the instability of this level, it is more likely that one can no-clip back into a different area of level 1. Much of this sector is shrouded in darkness, and overhead lighting or flashlights do not appear to change the state. However, there are occasionally areas of bright light in parts of the sector for reasons unknown. No apparent light source has been found. The ceiling in Sector 3 is much higher than that of Sectors 1 and 2, being about 20 feet tall. The width of the corridor varies from 6 to 20 feet wide in this sector. For unknown reasons, Sector 3 exhibits a faint smell of antiseptic, which is not present in other sectors. Smilers commonly inhabit this level. Encounters with other entities have been documented, but are difficult to prove because of the darkness of the sector. 4. Survival difficulty. Class Dead Zone. Environmental hazards. Strictly uninhabitable. Potential for anomalous entities. I didn't know this was a difficulty. The only known image of Sector 4, taken shortly before the photographer retreated to safer sectors. Oh my god. This is Sector 5. Sector 4 is the last confirmed sector of level 1.1. It is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Not much is known about this sector other than what is apparent in its image of it. It appears to take on a black and white color scheme and is incredibly unstable. Reports from the expedition that discovered it say that the sector undulates wildly, making it nearly impossible to navigate. Survivors report experiencing acute vertigo, nausea, and loss of
equilibrium.
Much of this sector has no collision, okay, whatever. No clipping through the level drops one into a presumably endless void. Masses of extremely dangerous entities inhabit this sector. They do not appear to obey the laws of gravity and float freely through the level. Some entities are glitched and generate with mutations. One explorer described the skin stealer in true form with the wings of a death moth. Very rare, unique entities such as are also known to generate here, leading many to believe that an anomaly caused the sector to duplicate entities and mutate them. The group of explorers who ventured into Sector 4 returned with 7 less members, 2 badly mutilated and 6 that had mutated. Those that were mutated had extra arms, abnormal holes in the body, and other oddities with no ill side effects. Sector 4 was recently cordoned off by the MAG in an attempt to prevent further incidents like this one. The sign at the end of Sector 3 reads, "Warning, do not pass this point. Death is imminent to all who enter Sector 4. Despite this warning, several explorers have vanished from Level 1, and it is theorized that Level 1.1 was the cause of these disappearances. Sector 5. Survival difficulty. NA. Existence unconfirmed. Likely inaccessible. Unfit for life. Based on accounts from members of the party that ventured into Sector 4, there may be a 5th sector. Several members spoke of a further level that they saw when they were in Sector 4. However, many of these explorers died shortly or driving insane. Because of this, the MEG has not confirmed any of these claims. The only description consistent among survivors was that of a beacon of light that drew explorers towards it through unknown means. Below is a video transcript of an interview with some survivors. Following is Interviewer Stewart and the 3 explorers enter the room. Stewart sits down in a chair and motions for the others to do the same. Interviewer Stewart. Alright everyone, thanks for coming. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your experience in Sector 4. Short silence. William shifts nervously in her seat. Richardson. That place is beyond heck, that's for sure. Here's Stewart. In what way? I've heard there were lots of strange entities. Anything else weird you noticed? Richardson. Yeah, the entities were all glitchy. Some of them had sort of switched features with other entities. I remember there being some kind of skin seer and death moth combo. It was fricked up, man. C. Williams. God, I'm shivering just remembering some of those things. Some were almost normal. Others were downright gruesome. They were all floating, too. So while we were getting thrown around the level, they just hovered above us, looking for an easy kill, like vultures. I really don't see why the tunnel gang wants to get past this sector. Williams runs her hands through her hair. She appears visibly distressed. See, Williams, there's just no point. Interviewer Stewart. It's a little odd that the entities were actively attacking. Richardson. Now that you mention it, it is a little strange. I ran into a smiler in Level 2 when I was very new to the backrooms, and it wouldn't give up chasing me. Luckily, I found the door to Level 4, or I probably would have been freaked. C. Williams. You've told everyone about your near-death experience 100 times. Heck, we're going an interview But your other near-death experience, nobody cares. We've all seen a smiler before. Oh, Richard said. All right, I'll shut up. Where were we? It's Vera's door. The glitchy entities? See Williams. Yeah, there was that. And then the light. That was the worst part. Vera's door. The light? What do you mean by... Harris erupts from his seat, waving his arms furiously. He grabs onto Stuart's shoulder. He gives a shake. The light, it beckons, pulling us closer. Sir, please let go. Richardson stands up and pulls Harris back to his seat. Oh, Richardson, don't mind him. He hasn't been right in the head since we left Sector 4. How so? Oh, Richardson, he barely responds to anyone. Sometimes he mumbles nonsense about the light. We don't know why. If I had to guess, Sector 4 messed with his head somehow. C. Williams. That's what we think too. Interviewer Stewart. Anyways, what were you saying about the light? C. Williams. It was like a beacon. Down the tunnel there was some kind of light. We tried to go towards it, thinking we'd make it to a further level. That's when everything went south. Everyone was screaming. Glitch entities appeared out of nowhere. That's when I lost my brother. He saw the light and ran towards it. Tried to stop it, but I couldn't. Williams begins to shake uncontrollably. She buries her head in her hands, begins to sob. See Williams. He got too close. That was the last time that I saw him. The backrooms is not a real place. J. Harris. We need to go back. We need to go back. Find heaven. The light beckons. Come closer. The secrets of the universe are within the light. The light beckons. The light beckons. A doorway out. The light. It did strange things to us. We were all running. Some went towards the light. Some ran away. Some got too close. We never saw them again. Someone I knew, a friend, turned himself inside out. Everything floating. Williams dissolves into hysterics, begins to hyperventilate. She doubles over and vomits on the floor. Harris puts a hand on Williams and appears to make an attempt to comfort her. Bro, what was she or he puking for? Harris. They will come back someday. They've just gone to rest. Williams glares at Harris, showing him away. C. Williams. You have no idea what happened, you crazy old S-word. You weren't the one who saw your brother die right in front of you. You don't know what it's like. Williams stands up and begins to walk towards the door. Oh, Richardson, Kara, please. Williams makes an obscene gesture towards Richardson. Please come back. It's okay, we don't have to talk about the light. I know of this bull S-word. You can take your interview and shove it up your beat. You know. Williams leaves the room, slamming the door behind her. The room is silent for a few minutes. Harris fidgets with his hands. Oh, Richardson, it's okay. It's not your fault. The light's a sensitive topic for her, for obvious reasons. We can continue your interview. She'll come to her senses eventually. Interviewer Stewart. Of course, Mr. Harris. Can you tell me more about the light? 7 Harris. It beckons. Interviewer Stewart. Where did the missing explorers go? J. Harris. The light. It brought them to another place. Elevated their existence. Nobody knows but those who experience it. Side rooms. Richardson. Side rooms? Is this clown seriously saying that there's some other kind of backrooms boat out there? Sorry, it sounds like I got that out, but I just didn't say it. Jay Harris. Maybe so. Maybe not. The light beckons. It transports to an elevated existence. We need to go back. We need to go back. Bring me back. I need to go back. Interviewer's door. I'm sorry. It's too dangerous. Harris leaps from his chair and lunges across the room. choking Stuart. Richardson rushes to pull Harris off of him, so he kicks the leg of the tripod the camera is mounted on, and it falls to the ground, and now faces towards the ceiling. Harris, I need to go back! Bring me back! I must go back! Bring me freaking back! We need to go back! Bring me back! End of recording. Organizations. Two warring groups fight for possession of level 1.1. The Tunnel Gang and MEG. Team Corridor. MEG Team Corridor. Team Corridor is a group commissioned by the Major Explorer Group, MEG, to explore and document level 1.1. This includes organizing expeditions to document less well-known sectors and cataloging entities found in the level. Among other things, it consists of about a dozen permanent members, as well as some temporary MEG researchers and explorers that explore the level. Team Corridor also manages and supplies some of the various outposts on this level. The Tunnel Gang. The Tunnel Gang is a group of vigilant explorers who lay claim to level 1.1. They are led by a man known simply as Blade. However, further research has determined the former member of MEG. Base Gamma named Miles Mason. They're relatively hostile and are constantly warring with the MEG for control of the level. The Tunnel Gang believes that the conceptual Sector 5 may be an exit to the backrooms, and have made multiple attempts to do so. There are 6 permanent members of the Tunnel Gang have gained possession of an informal outpost at the end of Sector 2. See? Jacob's Hut, which they now accept as their headquarters. Although hostile, they are rarely dangerous. Their weapons are extremely primitive, fashioned out of the scrap to supply crates left around level 1. For this reason, many explorers have been able to fight them off for access to Sector 3. The MEG has elected to leave the Tunnel Gang alone and has even attempted to make peaceful negotiations with them, all of which the Tunnel Gang declined. One MEG representative reason that the Tunnel Gang provides materials for explorers venturing further into the tunnel, while the MEG going to use more materials restocking it. A notebook containing a short written exploration log was recovered by a lone explorer in level 1, presumably written by a member of the Tunnel Gang. It has been transcribed below. Day 1. Today we're starting out on our 4th journey to Sector 5. We have loads of food and water, so we are hopeful that we'll make it past where we were last time. Blade says we're more prepared than ever. We traded for some pets to carry more stuff in. I hope it'll help. Blade's calling me now. I think it's time to go. Hopefully this is the last time I'll have to lay eyes on this godforsaken hut. Day 2. Alright, I haven't been able to update since it's been so dark in Sector 3. We finally came across a light area. Last night we slept in the corridor and everything went smoothly. Blade says that we should reach Outpost 4 in a few hours. We haven't seen any entities yet, which means we're luckier than last time. Update. Found Outpost 4. Cam bumped into the box while we were walking and hurt his knee. Not sure how bad it is, but he says that he can put weight on it, and he seems to be walking okay, besides a little limp. Tonight we'll sleep by the Outpost 4 box and try and make some progress tomorrow. Day 3. Emma was planning to wake us today since she's an early riser. It turns out a Smiler decided to do it for us. It snuck up on us and attacked while we were sleeping. Probably that's because... What? Oh, it's not pinball. Or whatever that entity is. If it was, that would have been dangerous. Blade managed to fend it off. But Cam wasn't so lucky. He didn't look where he was going while backing away. A note clipped right through the wall. Blade says we're not going back, and that we meet up with him when we're done. We'll try and make as much progress as we can today, but Blade says we won't make it to Sector 4 for another couple days. This darkness is starting to take its toll, and random patches of blinding light isn't helping. I forgot how much I hated this sector. Day 5 or something. Blade says we're getting closer to Sector 4. We've made it past where we turned back on Expedition 2. Jake's body isn't there anymore, though. We don't know where it went. Supplies are starting to dwindle. I hope we make it out soon. Day, I don't know. Today we made it to the entrance of Sector 4. Never thought I'd make it this far, but here I am. The whole corridor is spinning and twisting like some freakish amusement park ride. Clay says we'll spend a couple of days scoping out the level before we make our move. I'm a little nervous since supplies are getting low. Hopefully Sector 4 isn't a long one because we need to get out of here soon. I don't even know. We're starting to realize that we severely underestimated how much food we needed. If we don't get going soon, we might have to turn back. Blade says we should make a move. I can see entities appearing not far from the entrance. They just pop into existence. Some of them are weird looking. They don't seem to come near us for some reason. Blade says it's now or never. We're gearing up and heading in. I'm really nervous. There's a good chance we'll all die in here. But it's not like I wasn't going to die in the backrooms anyway. Might as well take a chance. End of log. The fate of the Oliver is unknown. However, Blade and 2 other explorers were seen at Jacob's hut about 2 weeks after the last entry this log. What happened? Blade or any other member of the Tunnel Gang refused to recount the events of their expedition. Bases, outposts, and communities. There's a map of outposts and other safe locations. Entrance, Outpost 1, Sector 1. Outpost 2, Sector 2. Outpost 3, Jacob's hut. Sector 3, Outpost 4. Farthest distance traveled. Sector 4. Sector 5, unconfirmed. Several outposts and safe places exist in level 1.1. These outposts are stocked with various supplies and resources for explorers. Outposts located in the earlier sections of the level might be permanently manned, but later outposts are often uninhabited and only visited to be restocked every few weeks or months. Many of the 5 outposts have been established by the MEG, but some are independent outposts. Outposts are usually located in an area where there is some kind of variation in the tunnel. This includes small recessions or whatever. I'll say it. Recessions in the wall where the hallway might widen to 20 feet or more, or large rooms that can be accessed via short side hallways. It is unknown that causes these anomalies to appear in an otherwise uniform hallway. View Outpost 1. Outpost 1. Outpost is a permanently manned outpost located in Sector 1. Outpost 1. As originally discovered. It is the safest and most stable of the outposts. It is permanently manned by members of the MEG and is restocked frequently. At the entrance to Outpost 1, the corridor opens up into a small room. This room is a storage area for supplies, a set of 4 3-high bunks for travelers, coolers for storing food, and our basic commodities. I hate commodities. The outpost features characteristics similar to that of an unfinished basement. The walls are consistent with the rest of the level, being made of cinder blocks. However, they are unpainted. There's some exposed piping and ventilation ducts attached to the walls and ceiling, as well as standard fluorescent lighting. The floor wasn't originally dirt, has since been replaced with wooden boards. Okay, I'll hide this. View Outpost 2. A map of the layout of Outpost 2. Training hall, kitchen, dining, storage, common area, dormitories. Outpost 2. Outpost 2 is located at the junction between Sector 1 and 2, manned by the MEG. It is the largest of the outposts, spanning a network of rooms. Dormitory room with 16 bunks. Kitchen plus dining area, storage room, trading hall, common area. Explorers spent the most time in this outpost out of any of the other outposts, preparing for the danger ahead. At the entrance to this outpost, the hallway widens to about 12 feet wide. In this widened area is the trading hall, where explorers display their goods and offer trades. There's a doorway located on either side of the trading hall, each of which opens into a small network of rooms. Outpost 2 is the last sufficiently stable outpost. The floor, walls, and ceiling are made of white tile. The outpost is lit by standard fluorescent lighting that operates on a timer, staying on 16 hours a day and off for the remaining 8 hours. This outpost is supplied primarily by the MEG, but independent explorers are often willing to trade for materials in the trading hall. Okay, I'll hide this. View Outpost 3. Outpost 3 is nothing more than a small shelf on the wall halfway through Sector 2. It is stocked with various supplies. There's also a small cot located under the bottom shelf, which can be pulled out to be slept on in the hallway. Because of Sector 2's glitchiness and instability, supplies have been known to inexplicably disappear from the shelf. This has ended many missions early as explorers looking to restock at Outpost 3 found the shelves empty and had to return to Outpost 2. With no other options, explorers must sleep in the corridor and risk attacks from hostile entities. Outpost 3 is restocked monthly by the MEG. Okay, I'll hide this. View Jacob's Hut. Jacob's Hut is an informal outpost near the end of Sector 2. It is built out of spare clothes and bedding speared on top of sticks to create a primitive hut and a large recession in the wall. It was created during an expedition to the end of level 1.1 led by Jacob Bouquet, or whatever, however you say it. The team used it to store extra supplies so that they could restock without having to travel back to Outpost 2 or 3. After the catastrophic fail of that mission, the Tunnel Gang claimed the hut for themselves and permanently resides there. As long as one does not show any signs of MEG affiliation, the Tunnel Gang will offer to trade with explorers at the hut. Outpost 4. Outpost 4 is extremely unstable and should only be used for quick pit stops. It consists of the wooden storage crate, about 4 feet on all axes, presumably taken from somewhere in level 1. Inside are various types of food, drinks, clothing, and other essentials. It is located in the center of the hall so that explorers can find it more easily in the darkness of Sector 3. It is rarely restocked because of the difficulty of venturing to Sector 3. Some hostile entities have determined that explorers often come to this box and will lie in wait for unsuspecting explorers to wander towards them. Outpost 5. Abandoned. Several attempts were made to establish a 5th outpost at the far end of Sector 3. However, after several entity attacks, the energy deemed that 5th outpost was too resource intensive and difficult to establish. Finally almost done. Entrances and exits. Level 1.1 can be conveniently accessed by traveling due south of MEG Base Alpha Level 1. A sign is posted outside of the entrance signifying its existence. Level 1.1 does not appear to be accessible from any level besides level 1. Level 1.1 can be escaped by backtracking through the corridor and exiting through the entrance to the level. No clipping can also land explorers in a random part of level 1. However, this is unpredictable and should only be used as a method of escape in emergencies. Note that no clipping out of Sector 4 does not appear to return explorers to level 1. There are no documented ways to access levels other than level 1. Level 1.5. Okay. Survival difficulty. Class undetermined. Mysterious properties. Unknown information on undocumented entities. Level 1.5 is a mysterious sublevel that seems to be inverted. Figure 1. An image taken by U/Chaos Raider 98 from the depths of level 1.5. The picture is of what appears to be a hallway, with colors inverted in black and white, with the fluorescent bulbs radiating darkness instead of light, and the surroundings being naturally illuminated. The image is also upside down. These alterations... Oh, okay, I just looked at it upside down, okay. These alterations are likely due to the distortion of reality in level 1.5. The user reports believing the core of the sublevel to be behind the store. It has not been heard from since his alleged entry into this passage. Description. Level 1.5 is a mysterious level that appears to be in between the others. Thought to be a sublayer of some sort, the level is not difficult to access, but has been proven difficult to exit. Only one individual has described the level in depth. U/Chaos Raider 98 from Reddit, who mistakenly entered the level during an exploration and has been unable to return to normal levels since. So far, contact with U/Chaos Raider 98 has been difficult, as warped reality within the level seems to affect even basic communications, rendering some of his written logs garbled and out of order. So far, only 3 logs have been received from the user. Log 1, Log 3, and Log 5, seemingly resembling the way in which his speech is also jumbled. It is uncertain if there are logs further than 5, but it is believed that the missing logs such as 2 and 4 will appear in order once the odd-numbered logs have concluded. All information about this level has been obtained from his logs. As of the 30th of July 2019, a 7th log has surfaced, albeit with a significantly different tone. This log is much shorter than the other more recent logs from the Explorer, and seems to be influenced by some sort of female figure, only referred to as she so far. It is advised that if anybody comes across this user in the backrooms, they be avoided for now, as he is currently encouraging people to enter level 1.5, despite previously adamantly starting the exploration of fake windows. Currently, little is known about level 1.5, or its denizens, but what is known is that the level appears to be malformed, in a sense, broken. The level is described as backwards, with fluorescent darkness pouring from the ceiling, while regular darkness instead replaced with light, as observed in Figure 1. The image also appears to be upside down. It does not appear to have been taken like this intentionally. The audio in this level is unusual for the backrooms, as the usual humming is absent, and the level is almost completely silent except for whispering. This whispering appears to originate from the level's denizens, but can only be heard once within a certain distance, and becomes softer as one's proximity to the creatures increases. As such, one must be cautious if hearing diminishing whispers within the level. It should be noticed that some of the whisperings are audible. It may even be benevolent. U/Chaos Raider 98 describes having heard Dennison say. She come, won't back, let go, and likely interpreted this as she's coming, let go your exploration. She come. However, when reading it in the same manner in which speech appears to be garbled in this level, it appears more likely that the Dennison say, she won't let go, come back, as if warning of some greater threat, or perhaps attempting to lure the explorer. This is outposts and communities. There are no known bases, outposts, or communities on this level. Entrances and exits. There is currently no known way to exit level 1.5 besides no clipping. Exploration logs. Open explore. Log 1. A warful. This is all just funny. Oh, the translation. Level 1.5 exploration log 1. A warning for those who read this. Do not enter the false windows. They are a trap. It has been 2 days since entering this limbo. There are no exits. There is only silence. No screams. No footsteps. Not even my own. Everything is fragmented like a mosaic of shattered reality. Contact has been established, but communication is difficult. I must find another way to converse with others. I have decided to further explore this twisted space in the meantime. Wish me luck. If you can, send help. Log 3. As detailed in Log 2, I have for the most part figured out how to communicate with the rest of you better with the help of garbled. Of course, there will still be some mistakes, as reading in this fashion is as brain-breaking for me as trading. Log 1 may have been win for you. Just as quick minds are for those who do not know yet. I'm still somewhere between floors. Wreck. If you wish to avoid my fate, avoid the fake windows at all costs. The ones that seem to lead either to the outside or to a different location within the backrooms. Everything is backwards here. The silence is deafening. There is humming like normal. It's just quiet. No for the darkness most part. The walls are blank, white. And instead of light coming from the fluorescent lights, only... Is this even a word? I've gone deeper. At first, I thought these rooms were habited, but the creatures are here too. They're different though. Instead of garbled, getting louder, I can't yet tell what they're saying, but when the whispering gets quiet, that's why I know they're getting closer. Whispers. I feel like there's something calling to me though. Almost like garbled. It's not a sound or a touch, but just a feeling that I'm getting garbled. I have to garbled or I'll be stuck here forever. I don't think I garbled. The further I garbled closer, garbled. If Eddie is getting this, then garbled. Body and garbled. Wish garbled. End of log 3. Log 5. To whom it may concern, I fear my journey is this part of the backrooms may be coming to an end. I hope this gets to all of you, especially those I care about. Again, do not enter the fake windows, the ones that look like they lead outside or to a mirror of the room you're currently in. It's a trap. Everything here is backwards, and there seems to be no escaping. The window closes immediately and fades away, leaving you trapped here. If you make the same mistake, then remember, the whispering gets louder the further they are. As for the contents of this log, it has been a few days since the events of log 4. I had been running for days since the encounter mentioned towards the end of the log. But the whispering wouldn't get louder. Everything was quiet. I wasn't sure if I was even running in the right directions. Every time I thought I was able to rest, the whispering got quieter again, as if they suddenly smelled me of something. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. I couldn't make out what they were saying this time. Every so often, they kept saying, "Come back, don't leave, stay with us," as if I was actually going to listen to them. There was one weird one. It was different, a mumble, not a whisper. It was saying, "She come, go back, let go," among some utter gibberish. But there was all I could make out from this one. I couldn't see it, but sounded almost human. Eventually, though, whispering suddenly just stopped. It wasn't like they were near, or even just getting closer. Everything just became silent. That's when I realized it, that pull. The one I mentioned in Log 3, that disgusting feeling like someone latching onto my soul and luring me somewhere I shouldn't be. I could feel it. It was really strong, and when I turned around, I saw a door. Attached is the first documented picture from level 1.5, the figure 1. I can't believe I haven't thought to take one yet. Still, you can see what I've been seeing. The shadows aren't shadows. They are light. At least they should be. The fluorescent bulbs in the ceiling, as I mentioned before, radiate that darkness, and passing under them just feels wrong. I've come too far, however, to turn back. I don't think there's anywhere left for me to go but through this door. I know it's a bad idea, but my curiosity is getting the better of me. I see no other alternatives, no other ways to get out of this cursed place. Perhaps this level is different in that sense too. You don't leave by trying to get out. Maybe the only way to leave is to go deeper. Wish me luck. I think I'm definitely going to need it this time. Log 7. Hello, friends. Yes, it is me. I am fine. Do not worry. I am no longer in level 1.5. If you see me, do not worry if I look or act strange. I'm definitely very much the same person, yes. She did not keep me as they said she would. She freed me. I am free. You see the fake windows? Enter there and find salvation. It is beautiful, can you not see? She will make you see. She will make you free. End of log 7.2. I understand that my communications have been jumbled. I will. Okay. I understand that my communications have become jumbled. I will make efforts to correct the errors, but with no guarantee. Has a note, aided by intense writing. But some things are still backwards. Nothing interesting has happened since the events of log 1. Expect further updates from me when I have more to report. End of log 2. Log 4. I can't hear them anymore. Something's dreadfully wrong. The usual loud whispering in my ear has vanished, so they must be close. But I do not see anything. No matter which way I turn, I cannot see or hear anything. Stupidly, I have reached into the darkness that radiates from the lights in this realm, desperate to at least know if there is something there. As I grasped at the darkness, all I felt was an emptiness that almost latched onto me. Spread through me before dissipating, leaving me feeling even emptier than it was there. The absence of being absent. All of a sudden, I felt something behind me, like it was breathing down my neck. I turned around but saw nothing, yet the breathing remained behind me. I did something stupid again, because I had to know. Reached my hand up behind me, and felt it come into contact with the cool, hardened husk of whatever entity stalked me. I heard a whisper, the faintest whisper. Another for child mother. I started running, but it would not leave me. The presence, the breathing, the whispering, it would not grow louder. I had to keep going, no matter how exhausted. But it will not leave me. It refuses to. It keeps whispering ever so quietly into my ear, much of which I cannot understand. I will try to elaborate in a future log when I have more time. When I have more to go on, to remember. I'm taking a break, because I don't know if I'll make it out, if I'll get away from it. And if I can't, then I won't I want this to be my last transmission. I want people to know that I didn't curl up and die. That I gave it my shot. Wish me luck. My race. My marathon now begins. Okay. Hey friends, I've been through heck and back. No, right. You're now a true person. It's don't worry about me. My body is intact. So what's it? It will hurt. At this point along, the transmission was interrupted by a garbled message. It's this. This is translated to, friends, do not listen. I am working on a solution. I do not have much control left, but I will try to give a full explanation soon. True! Log 6. My friends, family, and fellow explorers. This will be the final message that I send through in full. That's it all. I will begin by saying that I don't know if my decision to enter the door was a mistake, or if I even had a choice at all. The door opened to a room full of pitch black, which I can only assume in this strangely negative world must have been in reality a hallway of pure light, as if illuminating the path before me with unholy radiance. I stepped through, but immediately felt something was wrong, and though I turned to leave, the door disappeared, much like the window that leads to this broken place to begin with. I knew at this point that I had crossed the line, and the only way forward was through. But is it really through if there is no end to this place? I felt my way down the narrow corridor, hardly able to see, but the walls felt not like walls, they felt like parts, body parts. I felt a hand brush against me, my finger hooked into the mouth of another, and every so often it sounded like the walls were wheezing the collective sounds of 1,000 souls in torment. Have any of you wondered why it's so hard to find anybody in the backrooms? Sure, hundreds of millions of square miles, virtually infinitely repeating hallways, yada yada. But what about the no Wi-Fi stairwell? What about Brightstone Asylum? Why do we so rarely find other people despite the thousands of us roaming this place, going across the same structures? I think I found the melting pot of the backrooms, the place where the lost to go to stay, and I'm at this center. After what felt like hours, many days of weary trudging through the hallway, it came to an opening, equally dark. My eyes deprived of that which gives them meaning. I felt the tightness in my chest as the air around me became heavy, but the thickness in the air seemed to move. I felt emotion. I felt curiosity radiating from the pocket of dense air. I felt surprise, and I felt love. And then a voice spoke to me. It screeched like a metal rake dragging across a chalkboard from a distance. Quiet, but enough to make my stomach turn, my knees weaken. I clasped my hands to my ears, but it wouldn't stop. In fact, it made it louder, so I stopped and I heard what it was saying. Come, child, Mother loves you. Take off this ugly thing. Mother has nicer clothes for you. I didn't know what she meant, at least not immediately. I felt something, a sharp sting in the back of my neck that quickly escalated into the sensation of 1,000 hot knives piercing my skin. I tried to scream, but the air had become so thick I couldn't breathe. It felt like drowning. It felt like drowning while someone peeled away at my skin. Fat and muscle, layer by layer, blowing and exuculatingly. I suddenly felt lightheaded, and the pain began to reduce. I felt as if I was becoming detached from my body. The pain was going away, and a wave of relief began to wash over me. And I felt good. I felt glad and peaceful. Good. Let Mother take care of you. I snapped back into consciousness. I was about to give in when this realization of what was happening washed over me. I gasped a deep breath for air. I could feel the sensation being restored to my body, beginning with my chest and radiating outwards, permeating the flesh and bones in my arms and legs. With it, I regained sensation from the searing pain, the horrible screeching that pierced my eardrums and ripped the blood from the vessels in my ears. I screamed as I mustered all the will and determination left in my soul. Whew! It's almost over. Screamed as I mustered all the will and determination left in my soul, forcing my legs to work under the weight of 100 earths and gravity of 1,000 suns. As I regained my footing, I could feel the air in front of me recoil in confusion before turning to a bloody rage. The screeching became aggravated, louder. I felt whatever it was approach me. The thickened air felt like it forced its way into my lungs, scorching my respiratory surfaces with an impossible heat. But that just made my blood boil with adrenaline. I screamed again, forcefully ejecting whatever it was from my body, before turning and bolting down the endless, exitless hallway of utter darkness. The wheezing from before turned to agonized moaning. The walls and floor left like they were heaving, gasping for breath with each step I took. The limbs creaked and flailed with jagged movements, one hand grasping for my ankle and almost tripping me as I raced to escape from Mutter. I knew she wasn't following me. We both knew that there was no way out. I was in some sort of ethereal quicksand, and from the moment I stepped through that window, I was bogged down and unable to escape my fate. I just didn't know it yet. This whole time, I have been running. I got a notification on my phone. Somebody had accessed my account. They were trying to write a log. I managed to intercept the message before it went through. After that, I just kept running, my neck so searing with pain from whatever Mother did to me. Feeling of thickened air still threatening to suffocate me. My legs on the verge of failing and collapsing under me. But the adrenaline was bound to run out eventually. There was only so much my body could handle before it gave in, and it did. I rested for a while, leaning against the wall. Everything began to calm down when I did. The walls returned to a relatively peaceful wheezing, the broken limbs coming to a still, returning to their original bend positions. There was no end in sight either way, and I can feel the hallway warping, the distance between me and Mother growing shorter. Without either of us moving, I know it, because I feel her in me still. I feel what she feels. We both know that all the running got me literally nowhere. I'm writing this now as a warning, a caution to those of you who still do not understand. You must not enter the windows. They are a trap from which you cannot return. You are here. You can only venture deeper and deeper into this shattered reality. With my last breath, please, for the love of God, whatever you do, be free from Mother, and Mother will grant you freedom. And she will make you free. Mother loves me. Loves you. End of log 6. MBG report log. U/Chaos Raider 98 is to be considered KIA. Oh my gosh! This is so long! And any instances of him in the backrooms are to be avoided. Do not follow any messages sent by this user. As in his logs, under no circumstance are you to go to level 1.5. It's better to accept death than to go into this level. The heck? This is very long. Ooh. Okay. This is the longest video I have ever made. So, bye. Ooh. That took very long.